Hey, what's happening, y'all? This is Dealer back with another Modern Era G.I. Joe video. And for this video, we're going to be taking a look at an offering from the 50th anniversary run. This is the Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow 2-pack. And, you know, when this first was announced, I kind of was like, another Pursuit of Cobra, Ultimate Snake Eyes, and another Renegade Storm Shadow offering. They just literally, they took Renegade Storm Shadow and Pursuit of Cobra, Snake Eyes, like and here's what I'll say hands down, like, don't get me wrong, that is the best offering, the best, hands down, not even close, Snake Eyes that we have got to date. Nothing touches it. Nothing in this scale touches it. Nothing vintage touches it. Nothing even comes close. So when they offered this, I was kind of like, wow, like, man, they did it again. But hindsight, in looking back, on this, I can kind of see why the market price for the Snake Eyes Pursuit of Cobra kind of got out of control, and then the Renegade Storm Shadow was always hovering at about 30, 35 before this came out. So this kind of helped correct some of the secondary prices on the market. So yeah, so was going through my totes and saw that I had an extra one of these and figured, why not? Why the heck not? So I guess without further ado, let's get down to business and do what we came to do. So, a word of caution to those who have many of these in storage. This one started separating from the card. So, not a bad thing, because it's still taped here. And I want to say I grabbed this when they went on clearance at Toys R Us. And here's what I'll say about that, right? Like, if you look, so I have this, right? But then if you look here, you can see I have one on my wall. So I bought one full retail, and then when they hit clearance, I picked up another one. No shame in my game on that. I mean, I know that, the folks at JoeCon, Hasbro, that Hasbro has in attendance, I think it's just Daryl these days. He's kind of vocal about letting, things slip to clearance and deciding that's when you're going to support the brand, support the line. And I totally get that. Like, I totally get that. Sorry, I'm still adjusting my camera here from the pan to the wall. But, I mean, I totally get that. And there's truth to that, right? Like, really, you shouldn't, as fans, we should not be waiting for these things to hit clearance before we decide we're going to support it. Just the weird thing about this is I already had a Renegade Storm Shadow, and I have the Pursuit of Cobra Snake Eyes. I have him loose. Ironically enough, I don't have him carded, so he's still a hole in my Pursuit of Cobra carded run. I have a few holes, actually. I'm looking up at them right now. I'm missing Jungle Duke. I'm missing that Snake Eyes. Maybe I don't have too many holes. Anyway, getting sidetracked here. So yeah, reaching down for my cup, which contains actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to need old trusty today, because this is already sort of coming off. Oh, wait, I am going to need something to pry through this tape. So, with this already being separated from the card, which is not a big deal, I'm going to take this bad boy right here. I don't know how trusty or how... Oh, yeah, wow. That went right through now, didn't it? Okay. I think I've got enough clearance now to just get this out of here. awesome. And then, you know what, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna rip this thing off like a bloody savage. Alright. So, file card. That came off pretty clean. So these were packaged with file cards that it had a couple for each character. And really it was like 4 for each character because when you got them out, right? Oh, that's the international one. And then you turn it over, and then there's the English one. So I will leave that up there for y'all. That art is actually pretty slick. I've seen better. That's not terrible, but I've seen better for Snake. Here is the English one for Snake Eyes. I'll flip this over for our international brethren. Feel free to pause and get caught up on that if y'all haven't seen these yet. And then there's another one for Storm Shadow in a different language. Flip it over. Yet another one in a different language. So y'all pause that to our international brethren. Y'all feel free to pause and get caught up if y'all haven't already. Alright. So, setting those aside, we have 2 figures with 2 crazy loadouts. I'm going to get these guys kind of freed from their prison here. We'll come back and we'll take a look at each of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and pan in and see what you get as far as a loadout from this set here. So that's the loadout for Snake Eyes, right? And what you're looking at here, you get not 1, but 2 deluxe swords with the sealed sheath and the pegs, and that you know, these look good. So paint on there is real nice, and they just go in like so. So get those out the way. Comes with your standard issue stand, 2 pegs on that bad boy. Comes with, this is ridiculous, pistol with a removable silencer. That bad boy screws right on now. Good to go for those tactical espionage moments. Comes with survival knife. All right. Comes with another knife that pegs into his vest. Right. Yeah. And then you get swivel knife spin. So you can have it however you want, which is pretty ridiculous. Comes with his homage to the version 2 sword, I want to say. It's got the nice hilt there on it. Look at all that detail in there, man. Yo, God, yo, we got the sword. We got the sword with the razor's edge, as my man the RZA would say. And then comes with standard issue NATO. I'm just kidding. I couldn't even tell you what this is, but I have a lot of them. And they're good. Look at the detailing on that sucker. The rail system is apparent. The magazine, the sights, the stock, everything on this thing looks great as per the usual. Really wish they would do some dry brushing to flush all that stuff out, because man, those are some solid sculpts. All right, moving right along. He comes with an Uzi. Yes, an Uzi with, get this, another silencer that you can just right on there for those tactical espionage moments. Sculpting on that looks great. Notice the rivets there, the magazine, all that jazz. I mean, this thing, top-notch work all along. Top-notch work all around. And then he comes with this little satchel with the bombs. The bomb satchel, I think. This is an homage to the straight arm Snake Eyes. And then standard issue. Literally, everyone has one at this point. Okay. This here This was a nice, thoughtful addition. Even, you know, looking back at the Pursuit of Cobra, that they really didn't have to do. But they gave you an updated Commando head sculpt if you are not satisfied with the sort of night visor head sculpt that he's defaulted to. So, if you want to... Boy, that's on there real tight. So if you want to get that... Holy moly. Man. So if you want to get that V1 look with the update, that looks really good. You know what? I may end up rolling with that. Yep. I like the way that looks. Oh, that's going to get blacked out there. So yeah, so that's that. So that's Snake Eyes Loadout. Changing gears now. That's what Storm Shadow comes with. And if you watched my Ultimate Storm Shadow video, it is literally the same loadout, so we're just going to fly through this here. Comes with the dual peg stand. Check. What's different between this one and the Ultimate version is this one actually comes with the Renegade Storm Shadow head. Note you got the crazy like emo hair coming out there. Not really a fan of this head sculpt, so yeah, best way to use this head sculpt, chuck it to the side. Comes with the nice backpack, removable arrow. There is even, I mean, if you want to get crazy with it, there is room in this sucker to house the bow. What I don't like is that the sheaths are broken up in the back here, which exposes the blades on the sword, and I'm not a fan of that. Otherwise, this could have been one of the best backpacks in the entire run, in the entire G.I. Joe run. But because they decided to cut corners and do that, which is not acceptable for a figure of this caliber, this is what you wind up with. Good paint on the Arashi Kage, good paint on the sword hilts, that good paint all around actually. So yeah, so it looks good. He comes with his red satchel that you, or sash or whatever you want to call it, that it was, I guess it was his default for Renegades, G.I. Joe Renegades, so there's that. He comes with not one, but two size. So brown paint on the handles, and those look good. Comes with the fan. Not sure what's going on there, but nice brown paint on the handle there. That's for when you want to fan away those shuriken. So when these come flying at you, he comes with two of them. I guess if you got the fan, you could kind of break that up. He comes with two of the wall crawling accessories. I believe that's what they are. These are like the spikes that you would see like ninjas scaling walls with when they don't have their rappel rope. Comes with two kunai via Naruto. So cast in like just a typical gray. Those look alright. Comes with a set of nunchuck. I should say nunchucks. Nunchaku, whatever you want to call it. The rope on this is absurdly long. This really should have been about like that. That would have been perfectly acceptable. But yeah, you can always trim this down and retie it to your heart's desire. I don't ever use this accessory, so it'll go right in storage for me. And then last but not least, he comes with probably the most lost accessory besides Lowlight's bullet, and that is this little thing. It mounts on his black sash, and you can take the needle out. I don't know if I want to do it. See, it's pet. Oh, wait a minute. Is it glued in? Hang on. It feels like it wants to come out. Man, these friggin' Shaquille O'Neal hands. Alright. Yeah, that comes out. So there you go. needle. Ninja needle action. So whenever you need it. So yeah. So that's that. Whoops. Man, this thing is a pain. All right. I think that's gonna... All right. That will go promptly into storage as well. I'm telling you, it's probably the most lost accessory. So that's it for accessories. We'll come back and we'll talk figure articulation and final thoughts. All right, so here is the Silent Master, aka Snake Eyes. That's gonna get blacked out. Man, that. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, once again, I am back, and that looks much better. That really, I don't know why, but that new Joe logo, the way they just put it on everything, just bothers me. So anyway, so here he is. He's got his Commando head on, which I'm gonna roll with this one here. I like. I mean, look, they're both really good. Seriously, they are both really good. But I already have a loose one of him rocking this getup, so why not just have one paying homage to the V1? So, oh, it should be noted too. This makes a great. Wow. Lord have mercy. I can't paint for anything. This makes for a great custom head for the Cobra Invasor, I think is what it is. The Argentinian Cobra guy. Like literally, all I did was take a Dollar General, one of those Dollar General Cobra figures, pop his head on, and I was in business. Oh, and I plugged the knife sheath to that, because that Cobra Trooper man, for whatever reason, he has no knife sheath, or he has a knife sheath, no knife. Anyway, so this is what he looks like. Like I said, this is probably one of the best figures in the entire line. Like, no joke. No joke. Sorry, I had to get a swig of water there. But yeah, one of the best. Seriously. Look at the detailing on the vest. What I'm not sure of is what function this serves. I'm a little baffled by it. The Metalhead convention figure also made use of this, and I'm not sure, what's going on with that. But anyway, still looks good nonetheless. So articulation wise, for his arm, you get a full 90 degrees, another 90, almost 90 over here. He does have the updated, thought he had the updated, maybe he doesn't. Oh no, he does. He does have the updated pivot for the hand joint, which is nice. And then on this side, same deal. So that makes for some really good posing. Again, sheath with removable knife. That kind of gets in the way, but I mean it still, I still think it looks good. Articulation wise, you will get whatever pose you want out of this guy. Seriously, like no joke. These knee pads have a tendency to come off. Nothing that a dab of super glue won't fix. You pop them right back on, they will stay in place, guaranteed. Will he accommodate a vehicle? You betcha. No problems there. Ankle articulation, it's the standard 25th. It doesn't have the updated ankle rocker that the Retaliation line added, but still you get whatever pose you want out of this guy. Seriously, no joke. Head has good left to right. And then I guess while we're talking about this guy, so this is where the swords come into play. So I think with him you have to line this up and you'll get it eventually. And then this one plugs in right there. don't know why my camera's not focusing. There we go. So that one plugs in there. And then the other one, I'm pretty sure I thought it plugged in on his back right here. Like, I'm not fibbing. Oh, you're gonna make a liar out of me, snake. Oh, wait, there we go. So yeah. So, man, look at that. That looks really good. Oh, and by the way, do you remember that pistol with the silencer that I told y'all about earlier? So, well, trust me, it goes in there. And then the pistol sits there. And then moving down the figure, the knife. And I mean, it's ridiculous. Like it's so ridiculous how much gear this guy can hold up. So yeah. So there's that. So we'll talk Storm Shadow and then final thoughts, and that'll be a wrap. All right, here's old Stormy, and trying something new with the lighting. So hopefully he's not like blaring like an angel or anything like that. Showing through pretty good on my camera. Here's what I'll say. This here, hands down, probably one of the best Storm Shadow figures we've had to date. This thing is remarkable in every aspect. Head sculpt, love the updated head that they would go on to use for the Retaliation Ninja, but it debuted here first. So, I think same thing with this whole body, really. I think this body took the... I'm trying to look up on the wall here. I'm pretty sure that aside from the legs, shoot, maybe even the legs, that this was the Retaliate. This is what would be the Retaliation Ninja, which not a big deal. This is a great figure. It really is. Like I said, this hands down one of the best Storm Shadows we've received to date. No joke. Hands do get a little crazy with the paint because they're painted this dark flesh tone, and you could see there. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's a problem that you'll get all around with this figure. So, which that kind of sucks, because if you ever want him in this pose like that, it ain't gonna happen. But you know, what are you gonna do? The Cobra symbol tampoed on there, very nice, very nice, crisp paint, silver paint on the belt buckle here. Otherwise, the only paint that you get are on the hands and here in the face and the eyes. So all in all, fantastic figure. I'm not gonna really spend too much time on him because I think, aside from the arms, this is also the exact same figure for the Ultimate Storm Shadow, maybe. So yeah, so great articulation on the legs. The double knee, you don't really get too much because it flares out because of the sculpt, but I mean, you can still get some pretty dynamic poses there. This does not make use of the updated foot articulation, so I guess they added that to the Retaliation Ninja. However, you know, you can get some pretty fantastic poses. So there's that. So we'll get these guys all geared up, come back, and we'll talk final thoughts. All right, final thoughts wise, here they are next to each other, and I went ahead and swapped out Storm Shadow's head, and I'll show you why here in a sec. So yeah, I mean, they look good together. Solid updates. Yeah, so here's what I mean by this Snake Eyes is the greatest, one of the greatest, if not the greatest offering of this figure. Because there he is next to his 25th counterpart, and man, I'm just gonna tell you, like, it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Not even close. Not even in the slightest. This is a phenomenal figure. Still is by today's standards. The only thing this one does better than this one is the satchel, the pouch, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, why do I keep saying satchel? Anyway, so yeah, so that is, I mean, seriously, like if I had to pick who was gonna roll out with me in the combat, it'd be this guy, hands down. So yeah. Now let's bring this guy back on camera. So there's old Renegade Stormy. Now, this is, man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna say here. So this is still, this here, by every stretch, by every standard, is still a phenomenal figure. But, however, and there's one thing this figure does do better than the one I'm about to show you in comparison, because I'm still trying to peg him into his stand, which is just, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. And yeah, and he is, so the Retaliation Storm Shadow, the ultimate Storm Shadow, the one I'm going to bring on camera here, you know, if it ever cooperates. Okay, that's, I try to go for a super dynamic pose, but I don't think I'm going to get that. I don't even think I'm going to get a standing up straight pose. But anyway, so I swapped heads out on the ultimate Storm Shadow. And I was mistaken. He is not the same figure. He's different here and the modified torso. However, when compared to a later offering figure, I'm going to say this one is still first, close second. If you don't have a Renegade Storm Shadow and you were trying to complete out your Renegades run, you definitely want to get this pack. The reason I say go with this pack is because I don't know what the carded Renegades, the standalone carded Renegades figure hits for anymore these days. Because this 2-pack coming out kind of, you know, it corrected the market price. But if you're carded, obviously get the Renegades carded solo Storm Shadow. If you're loose, get the 2-pack, because you get this guy with him, and he is a phenomenal figure. So all in all, strong recommend. Don't know what the 2-pack hits for these days, so you know, I wouldn't imagine it hits higher than retail, because there were just a lot of them. So yeah, so that's my 2 cents. So until next time, hope you guys take care. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, please subscribe. It's free, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks a lot.